There's limited fighting already on the northern Israeli border, and I wonder, what is your message to Hezbollah and its backer, Iran?
Don't.
What's the message to Iran?
Don't.
As President Biden said, just don't.
Exactly. One word. Pretty straightforward.
It was very important to send a very clear message to anyone who might seek to take advantage of the conflict in Gaza to threaten our personnel here or anywhere else in the region. Don't do it. I made very clear that the attacks, the threats coming from militia that are aligned with Iran are totally unacceptable, and we will take every necessary step to protect our people.
The White House blaming Iran-backed militants for a deadly drone attack early Sunday on a U.S. base in Jordan near the border with Syria.
We had a tough day last night in the Middle East. We lost 3 brave souls, and we shall respond.
What I will say, obviously our deepest condolences go out, and our heartfelt condolences go out to the families who lost three folks who are military folks, who are brave, who are always fighting, who are fighting on behalf of this administration, of the American people. Obviously, more importantly, we lost those souls.
3 Americans at Tower 22 base were killed. At least 30 injured when the drone strike made it through the base's air defenses. The Pentagon says some of those injuries are serious, including shrapnel wounds and possible traumatic brain injuries. These were the first American troops killed by enemy fire since the start of Israel's war against Hamas, which began after the October 7th Hamas terror attack in Israel. Since the war began, Iranian-backed militants have launched more than 150 attacks on U.S. forces in the region. But this was the first attack targeting American troops in Jordan. The U.S. has retaliated several times with strikes of its own. In an interview last week, ABC's Martha Raddatz pressed the highest-ranking U.S. military officer on the administration's strategy.
What would you say to those people who are your critics who would say, look, they're not being tough enough on these militants. They're not being tough enough on Iran.
We've got to be thoughtful about our approach in these areas, and we can't predict exactly how any one of these groups is going to respond. We don't want to go down a path of greater escalation that drives to a much broader conflict within the region.
Several congressional Republicans have released statements calling for stronger action from the Biden administration. Pentagon officials have told ABC these deaths of American service members will likely elicit a strong response, though that could draw the U.S. further into the growing conflict.
Many analysts consider the attack a red line in the conflict between Israel and Hamas after prior hits from Houthi rebels on shipping vessels in the Red Sea. President Biden has vowed a response to the attack at a time and in a manner of our choosing.
Yesterday's strike is believed to be the deadliest attack on U.S. service members since 13 Americans were killed in a suicide bombing in Kabul as the U.S. pulled out of Afghanistan in 2021. The military has not yet identified the soldiers killed in this attack while they deliver the tragic news to their families.
And what we said is we want to depressurize, de-escalate, and ultimately integrate the Middle East region. The Middle East region is quieter today than it has been in 2 decades.